It's one of those days. It's one of those days where I feel the need to express myself. So I was talking to this friend of mine, right? A new friend, my new little friend, who doesn't know me that well. And we're just getting to know each other. And the more he started to talk, the deeper he started to dig a hole. And I kept trying to say, it's getting worse. It's getting worse. The more we talk, it's getting worse. This guy's been nice so far. Otherwise, has been nice. We sat down with my dating rubric and went through it so I know where he stands. Not on the final updated rubric, but the one just before that. However, we just had a very difficult conversation and I'm really upset right now. So I had to get some stuff off my chest. And I'm doing it with y'all so I don't do it with him. And at the same time, I was like, you know what? This is the perfect time to just have a public service announcement. And I'm going to try to make this quick. So I'm a straight black woman. I think it's pretty obvious. But just in case it wasn't, I just wanted to say that. And I like straight gay men. I absolutely like my men masculine. That is what turns me on. I like men with big hands. Okay. I like big men with big bodies. Not necessarily fat, but nice sized bodies. You know, I don't want anybody like wimpy or anything. And by masculine, I don't mean like you're going to be rude or nothing. Like, not chauvinistic, but just masculine. Just like manly. And I hope that's not offensive for me to say that, but I like a masculine. And so anyways, we're having this conversation and we, one of my friends had commented, my friend Chris, hi Chris, had commented on my dating rubric and said something about, what do you think, what are your thoughts about trans men and like gay men and bi and pan and all this stuff. And I had to Google some of these terms. I'm like, what does this mean? I don't even know what this means. But I was like, nope, not open to any of that. I want a straight black man. And so as I was telling this guy about this conversation, he starts to go on a tangent and express some like homophobic views. I almost said homophobic-ish, but there was no ish. These were homophobic views, homophobic views. And it started to make me upset because I felt like he started to talk about human beings as if they were not human beings because of who they have sex with or who they love or who they're attracted to. That's not okay. Like, we're all still human beings. And even though I don't feel like I need to be the person that's out there fighting the fight for other groups that are marginalized, because I feel like I really want to focus on my identity as a black woman, and there's plenty enough for me to fight for my own self. But I support y'all's struggles. I support the fights of everybody else. More from a distance than actively, but I support y'all. And it made me really angry at the core of who I am to hear him talk about people as if they were not human beings. He kept saying they and them and those kinds of terminology. He said the N-word, not like the N-word referring to people who look like me, but the N-word as in normal. Well, if this person acts normal, and I'm like, normal? How do you get to define normal? Who's defining normal? Who gave you the authority to define normal? And that shit pissed me off. So I'm really interested in hearing your thoughts. I believe that I have friends who are going to line up on all sides of this conversation. I want to hear your thoughts on anything that I said today. I feel like some people have some thoughts about me saying that I'm not willing to like actively fight the fight for others, that I only fight the fight for black women. It's not that I only, because I definitely fight for black men as well, but I feel like as a black person, and I didn't put on this shirt just for this video. Like I had this on already because I wear this. I have about 20 of these shirts. Between this one and the other one, the I too am American, I have probably about 20 of those. So I wear them pretty frequently. They end up in my rotation pretty quickly. But, I have my preference on who I want to date and who I want to marry and who I want to sleep with. And that's one thing. But to speak of other human beings as if they're not human beings is a problem. He kept saying stuff like, well, I just don't want them throwing it up in my face. And I'm like, nobody's throwing it up in your face because they're being who they are. Like I need to be free to be who the hell I am. And as I've told y'all before, I'm equal parts hood and intellect. Okay, equal parts hood and intellect. And I need to be fully that. And people need to be fully who they are and need to be able to express the pride in whatever it is that they feel proud about. And if you have a problem with that, you got a problem with me. It really is just that simple. You got a problem with that, you got a problem with me.